Okay. Oh, neat. That's odd. Did she say hi to him? Let's pick some better colors here. Hmm. That is not working right. Okay, well that's why the pubs weren't working. Weird. Excuse me. Oh, that's awesome, CF. How does it... Doesn't he play on real hardware? Let me see this. That's wild. Oh, so it's something you like plug in line? It seemed from a quick glance to have a little bit of latency. But it's still pretty cool. You can see what inputs. Yeah, yeah. It'd be super easy to do. So check this out, CF. This is... I thought this was interesting. So seed 0, seed -1, seed -2, and seed 1 are all the same. I don't get how that could be. But like, it's not like it's modulo 4 or something. Like there's no other repeats. Yeah, I'm using the linear congruential engine or whatever.
You are listening to Eat a Brick Radio. video game music all day, every day. I love you.
Well, it does use dev random to seed the RNG. I don't just give it 0, you know. So there is that. Why doesn't it like? Look at this. Keep warning me about IOStream, and now it's just not working. Did I do something dumb? Yeah, I could use like Mercine Twister or something, but you know, I'm not sure it really matters too much. Obviously, linear congruential generators are not great. I think there's even Mercine Twister in. Let's see. Yeah. Mercen, I don't know how to say this. Mercen Twister engine. But I have to like seed it with all this nonsense. I guess I could just, no, I just use this standard MT19937 CV against my game. Yeah, I won't come crying. 25, 6, and 4. Yeah, I should. Let's see. Let's see how those look. Alright, so here's 4. It's a pretty shitty one. Got like this wide band of... maybe it's okay, but this whole area up here is worthless. 6. 6 is way too concentrated down here. Let's see... 25. This one's not great either. I don't know about this town generator, honestly. But we're gonna just use it and move on. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong here. So they're not giving the same... Well, 0 and 1 are giving the same numbers here. That's interesting. Oh, you know what? -1 and -2 are... It's using unsigned ints. Getting in a bar brawl. No, I don't think running from the cops will be part of it. I'm trying to decide... So one of the ideas I had early on was like... You can have... starting classes, so like how Oregon Trail, you can be the farmer or the banker, and you know it's more difficult if you pick the farmer because you have less money to start with. So I was gonna have like different characters that you can pick, and they'll either start with a car or a bike, and you can drive from bar to bar, and that's fast and doesn't cost you any money. But if you're too drunk, then you can't do that anymore. But I'm not sure how that mechanic should work. Like, does it just... If you drunk drive, you just instantly lose. Like, I don't want to have a mini game where you try to get away with drunk driving. That doesn't seem like a very responsible thing to make into a game. Getting charged with public urination is a funny idea, though. Like, I was thinking about having, like, a bladder stat that you need to manage. But yeah, it seems seed 0 and 1 are the same, so that's why -1 and -2 are the same, because of 2's complement. Too much tequila. Yeah, that's the other mechanic, is you have to manage your... if you barf, you lose, so you gotta make sure that you don't do that. I was thinking of adding like hunger as well, so like if you eat stuff, then you don't get as drunk because you know you have not an empty stomach, or you're not as affected by it. This doesn't need to be like scientifically rigorous. Let's see what Sammy Hagar's up to. Mas tequila, nice. I think it's just going to be beers. I'm not going to add spirits to this game. In true BGT style, the goal is to try every beer and go to every pub. First birthday mode. Nice. You need help in there? What's happening? Oh, what are you doing? Hey, bud. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, colors are just ants. Okay. Oh, duh. color did I use for pubs? I don't even remember. $794,100. Let's see, what color should your house be? Maybe you live in a blue house. No, blue should be water. You can live in a pink house. Alright, so the pink is your house, and the brown are the bars. Dignan, yeah. What's that? Bottle rockets. Right? Bottle rockets, singular. I don't know if that's how you spell it. Yeah, I guess that is how you spell it. Dignan. What a name. I love that movie. It's so weird. Like, oh man, this map is interesting because the whole like left side is worthless. Yeah, your house is in the residential zone, and then obviously down here is the commercial zone where all the bars are. This one seems fun. So you have to get to all the bars before closing, and then you have to get home safely, we'll say. So here's Wisconsin mode. Can you get to all the bars? In Wisconsin mode, you have to drink scotch or brandy at each one, too. Maybe that could be a DLC. The Wisconsin expansion pack. Look at this. Sometimes you have a huge house. Like, look at this guy lives in a fucking mansion. Look at the size of this thing. Oh man, I like it. I'll have to keep that in mind. That's a good idea. But yeah, my plan for the difficulty settings was going to be to have the different characters. Right, so we have maps. Let's see. I want to make a little player that walks around. Oh no. I could make one mechanic be like, well, right now it doesn't work because there's only your house on the screen. But it'd be funny if like, if you got too drunk, you couldn't remember which house was yours. These are interesting when they happen, like this proper intersection here. Because usually it'll do stuff like this, where it partitions it differently on either side, or like here, where it obviously got split this way, and then the top and bottom halves got split differently. This is interesting that it made like an actual four-way. Okay, so I need a way to make the player walk around. My coffee is finally cool enough to drink. Stupid insulated mug. Alright, look at you. You started right in the middle of the fucking street. Oh, forgot to update the player. Oh, got East and West mixed up. Wait, no, I didn't. This seems like a painfully slow pace to walk. We need to make it so you can't walk into the grass. Alright, I got to the bar. Okay, well, I need to make the player start at a reasonable place first. Trying to find a sane place for my mic. Set up a cool instrument for the keyboard too. Alright, CF, thanks for hanging out. Good luck with the cat transport. I know that's always an adventure. Let's see. I should probably check all this in before I get too far along here. Let's figure out the start position and the walkability, and then I'll commit all that as the first go. Yep. Yeah.
You are listening to Eat a Brick Radio. Video game music all day, every day. I love you.
Yeah, this is a great soundtrack. Let's listen to the whole thing. Oh no. Forgot I can't do that anymore. Let's see. That's not gonna work. Let's Hey, what's up, Yancey? This is Ludum Dare, which is a game jam, a 48-hour game jam. So in 48 hours, you make a game from scratch. That is what I am working on right now. No, it's not an RPG. The game I'm making is like it's a pub crawl simulator. So the way Ludum Dare works is you get a theme, and it should say in the bottom right here what the theme is. The more you have, the worse it is. So the point of this game is to go to all of the pubs in your neighborhood and try to drink all the different beers without getting too drunk. And, you know, passing out or barfing or getting in an accident, those kinds of things. So I guess in the strictest sense, yes, it's a role-playing game because you're playing the role of a drunk ass. I don't know. But not like a JRPG or anything. I think somewhere on my Twitch profile page there's like links to other games I've made, many of which were done for past Ludum Dares. But yeah, I only have 48 hours to make the game. It started at 6 p.m. yesterday. So it's kind of fun because it's like a crunch, you know, rush to finish a game from scratch in such a short time. Oh, that's not how pop works. Turns a reference to the last element. Ugh, this is like just a complete garbage design. God damn. Oh, so here, well, this is what the game looks like now. So the pink blob is your house. The brown blobs are the bars that you need to go to. What I'm trying to do right now is make it so you actually like start near your house. So you'll start like this, like the little white dot is you, and you'll have to like, you know, go to the different bars. Right now you can only walk, so that's why it's so slow. Like, I think I'll add things like you can take cabs and what have you. But yeah, right now there's no checks or anything, so I can just like walk into this area, and I'm not supposed to be able to. I'm supposed to stay on the streets and not cut across people's lawns. And then like, you walk into a bar, you should go in, and then there's like another part of the game where you're in the bar and you order your drink and stuff and manage your money and all that kind of stuff. So this... Yeah, it's kind of boring to watch kind of boring to watch the progress of making it at first, because I'm not like, you know, I'm just writing the code and it's not very exciting. Hey, welcome back, CF. Glad to hear Blackie's in good shape. Despite not wanting to eat her fancy smelly food. The design of my map is leaving something to be desired right now, CF. I mean, she's a cat. Like, what did you really expect? Yeah, that's a good point, Yancey. So right now what I'm trying to do is make the player start outside their house. So I need to like find the house in the map. And unfortunately the way that I've laid out the maps makes it kind of a pain to find. So I'm trying to figure out the best way I can go about finding the house and then setting the start position to be right outside the house. Nice, CF. Is that really what you're calling it? I hope so. Yeah, so it's like, let's see. So like, if you look here, the way that the map is laid out, it's basically, it's a what's called a tree. So like, you can see here this road that goes down the middle of the map. That's the first division it made. So the map is represented as this left half and this right half. And then on the left half, it looks like it broke it in half, like maybe here. So then on the left, there's a top and bottom. And then like it broke this one here. So there's a left and right and so on. Like it's this like tree structure of these blocks. And eventually like the block is too small to divide further, so it just leaves it. So what I need to do to find a building is to like look in each half, and then if that half is a final block, which is called the leaf node, it'll check if there's a building to find in that leaf node. And so it's just kind of awkward. So I need to search for and find the house. And right here I found the house. So I need to figure out where the doorway is based on where the house is. But I think this is kind of, it's dumb because I'm kind of redoing some work. I think maybe it's better to just, I don't know, when I place the house to set the doorway then, but I don't really have a way to do that. Hey, what's up, Choke? Yeah, the problem is the thing that places the house doesn't like it places the house in one of the blocks, so it doesn't really know where the start position is on this like global view of the map. It's going pretty well, Choke. I'm just trying to make the players start near their house. So that was not right. Yeah, it's just it's a consequence of the way I designed it, Yancey. So now I gotta kind of dig myself out of this hole that I made. But that's okay, we'll get there. So for now, all I'm gonna do is put the player in the top left corner of the house. I guess I could do... So they'll start in the middle of the house. Okay, so this might work. Oh, it's starting at 0-0, so that's no good. Hey bud, you going to take a nap? Good night. Oh, let's see. So now I gotta figure out why this is not working. So if it's a leaf, it will. Well, there we go. This is why it's not working. I just told it to return 0. Cool, so it kind of worked. It was returning the relative position within that block. So I think it should start you in the middle of your house now. Yeah, look at that. Thanks, Yancey. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry, I'm trying to be more explanatory in what I'm doing here. It's help people out who are unfamiliar with the process here. So yeah, now I want to make it so you don't start in the middle of the house, but rather on the street right outside your house. So what I need to do... Okay, so these are the 4 situations. Smoke meats and make games. It is. I also make beer, but I don't really I don't talk to you guys about that so much. I haven't made beer in a while. What's up? Oh geez, the fact bot isn't here. I make all different kinds of beer, Yancey. I have a Scotch ale, a porter, and a rye saison on draft. And yeah, Choke, it can be an expensive hobby. I have a pretty fancy all grain setup. I built like a little cart out of slotted angle iron. But yeah, because I have 3 beers on tap and I only have 3 taps, I haven't brewed in a long time. Beer helps with headaches. Come on, Yancey. Just gotta hair of the dog, you know? I guess that only counts if your hangovers from drinking, or if your headache is a hangover. I love this BGT facts bot. What else does your bot do? I thought it was November 19th I was undefeated. I don't remember. What a day. Cat facts. This bot is amazing. Okay, so now back to this game. So BX is 0. That means that the house is butted up against the left. If BY is 0, that means the house is against the street on the north. So if BX plus B width is width, that means that the street is to the east of the house. So I want to do that. And finally, if none of those is the case, then the street must be to the south of the house. So yeah, yeah. I'll keep an eye on him. All right, love you. Oh yeah, IRCs, you gotta like manage reconnects and stuff. What did you write it in? There's probably like a nice IRC library for most languages. Yeah, I think he just has the date wrong. There was I don't know, something Larry was talking about. I think it was November 19th. I won my Zelda 1 randomizer race, and then I lost a Zelda 2 All Keys race to V Resner, but it wasn't until after midnight on the East Coast, so they counted it. Yeah, I'm sure there's a thing in Python, I think, called Twisted, that does some like event handling loop nonsense that has an IRC library. Wow, that's such a strange thing to include in your library. Yeah, I mean, that's not really the place to do that. Oh no. Got a little bit of an off by one error there. Alright, so we start right outside the house. Let's... yeah, IRC is kind of a dumpster fire. Okay, south works. Oh shit, look at that. That did not work. So that's the east side. Ah. I mean, I've seen code that I thought looked good. I don't know that it happens very often. It's easy to find things to complain about. Okay, north, east, both work. South works. Come on. Now I gotta play this game. Nice. West works. Alright, so next what we want to do is make it so you can't walk into things you're not supposed to walk into. Which means I need a way from the map to get what kind of tile. Is that a given place? Okay, so... I guess I don't need to know what kind of tile, I just need to know if I'm allowed to walk somewhere. But yeah, I think the thing CF is talking about, like, there's a difference between, like, if you write a library for other people to use, you can't really enforce like, societal norms in a software library. All right, Yancey, I'm trying to understand your question here. So delay making it so you can't walk into things so you can test things. You know, that's a good point, actually. That's a good question. Why would I? I guess to me, ultimately, I want to make it so you can't walk into dumb things, and I want to just get that out of the way because it's something I'm thinking of how to do, and it's in my head right now. But I will make it so I can easily, like, turn it on and off. Or another thing I can easily do is like here I can make it so the player can walk a lot faster, and that'll make it faster to test things. See now, oh geez, that's maybe too fast, but you get the point. But that's a good point. I could just not bother with the blocking. But it's easy to do and easy to turn on and off. So we're gonna do it now, just because I'm thinking of it. No, not at all. Ask any questions you want. I don't expect other people to understand my thought process, especially if it's not something like, I do this for a living, sort of. I used to do this for a living. Now I read documents and attend meetings for a living. So a lot of times I'll, assume something makes sense just because it makes sense in my head, but it doesn't mean that it actually does. Oh boy, this is going to be kind of gross. I think this should be easy, but it's not because of the way that the map is organized. I think what I want to do is collapse the map down. Because now what I'm going to have to do for any XY coordinate to find what is there, I'm going to have to search this tree. Although, it might actually be fairly easy to do because just by the way the tree is generated, it is sorted. We'll see how it goes, and then decide if we want to. So you might have been right, Yancy. Maybe I shouldn't do this now. But I could collapse the map down to like a 2D array of the tiles once it's done generating, because I don't need that structure of the blocks once it's generated. It's only used to make it to make the map look, like this. Okay, so what this is gonna do is say a block is, you can walk somewhere if you're outside of a block. Because if we look at this map, the green areas are inside of blocks and the black areas are outside. So if you're in a block, you're not allowed to walk there. Oh, but this isn't gonna work actually. So what this does is if you're in a leaf node, which are the ones that have no more roads, so like this little rectangle here is a leaf node. Whereas there's also a block here that's these two rectangles, but I don't want to just say, no, you can't walk there because there's a street through it. So if the block has children blocks, then I should check each of those. And if you're outside of both of them, then you're on a street and that's fine. And if you're inside one of them, then you shouldn't be able to walk. So that was not nearly as difficult as I thought it would be. But this doesn't let you walk into buildings, which is fine for now. We'll sort that out later. The other thing to do is... so this is actually checking if you can walk a place. So if you're allowed to walk to that place, update the player's position, otherwise stop the player moving. Oh, and that doesn't build. Oh. Oops. So something is not working here. What I want to do is... Okay, we're going to highlight in red any place that it's not, walking is not allowed. Or we're not going to. There we go. Ah, look. Here, if you look very closely, we have some... So there's an off by one error where one to the right and one below each block is counting as not walkable. This should fix it. And now we can walk wherever we like. in the streets. So yeah, that actually turned out to be really easy. And I could optimize this somewhat if if I knew the split position of the parent block. I could like only check left or right, but I think it's fast enough now. I would need to start storing if the block was split horizontally or vertically, and the split position, which right now I don't. So we're not going to worry about that just this second because it seems plenty fast. Like it was checking every single position each frame, and there was no problem with that. And really, I only need to check one position per frame, which is where the player is moving to. So let's see. Let's go ahead and make the player move a little faster for testing. Like Yancey pointed out, testing things is going to be annoying.
You are listening to Eat a Brick Radio. Video game music all day every day. I love you.
Oh, there's another thing to check. Okay, so this 256 and 240 have been coming up a lot. I should probably make those into some constants. Let's see. This way, if I decide to change the size of the map later, I don't have to change it in 500 different places. So now you should not be able to walk out of the town. Cool. So next, let's make it. Let's make it so you can walk in buildings. So you should be able to walk into buildings now. But actually, with that, what I want to do is I want to distinguish. I want to know, like, if you walk into a building, I want it to do something. So I need to, instead of just saying. So I want to be able to, given a point, ask what is there. Hey, what's up, Sardia? I'm making a pub crawl simulation. The theme being, the more you have, the worse it is, and applying that theme to alcohol. So the point of this game is to go to all the bars and get all the drinks without ruining your life, I guess, without getting too drunk or running out of money. It's funny, actually, this was an idea for a game I had after the very first Ludum Dare I did. But there's not been like a theme that I could really fit it into, so I'm kind of excited about this one. I don't think it'll be as good as my last Ludum Dare game, though. I really enjoyed making and playing Power of Hove. But I need to get some water. I will be right back. All right, beverage acquired. Cannot convert bool to cell type. Here's a problem. It's actually not a problem. That's fine. So we'll just imagine that everything outside is... Okay, I can walk into buildings. Can't walk into the unknown. Now, the other thing is, it's not, I can't identify like which building I've walked into, which is kind of unfortunate. I'll need to figure that out eventually. But I think let's get rid of this old JavaScript nonsense. All right. With that in place, let's push this up to GitHub. All right, now I need to think about some of the other aspects of the game. Let's find my notebook here. One thing that's going to be complicated is like adding transportation. Like making it so you can take a cab or something. But I think the first thing to do is to add like add a way that you can go into a bar and order a beer. But to do that, I need to track all the pubs separately. And I need to, what else? Yeah, I need to have like some state that pubs can have. What's going to be fun is coming up with like a random beer generator. So I think I'm going to have to add like a building class. Let's see. This is going to take some thinking about. And actually I had too much coffee and now I need to use the restroom. So I think maybe I'll take a break from streaming here and go deal with my coffee situation and come up with something of a design here. So I'll be back in a little short while. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you in a bit.